Hello and welcome to Breakthrough Conversations with Coach Pete, and I'm his co-host, Gloria Lybecker. What do you want to talk about today, Coach Pete?
Good morning. Good day, Gloria. Good to see you again. I thought it might be interesting to talk about something that comes up a lot in my coaching practice, with not every client, but enough to make it interesting, I think, for a lot of people. I'll call it the if dot 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 then trap.
Okay.
If then trap. If, and you fill in the blank. If I get this, sixth deal for my new business, then I'll be successful and happy. If I find the woman of my dreams, then I'll be happy. And people can fill in their own blanks along the way, but I find that to be a real trap because if dot dot dot, there's always a dot dot dot, a blank blank blank. So how can we ever be happy? When can we be happy is the question.
Mm. Yeah, so people tend to put things off into the future, or they are lamenting about the past and they're not really in the present moment and putting conditions on everything in their life. And a lot of the times, these are just not really, they're not aware they're doing that because it's just this habit they have and they don't even know it's a habit they have. And that's what coaching can be so helpful, because then people all of a sudden can start to recognize their patterns and they have someone to talk with about them. So how do you work with your clients when they present with this challenge?
Well, you bring up a really good point because they are habits that we fall into. It can be one of the habits that people fall into. And when you have a habit sometimes you don't recognize it, you don't even see it. It's your way, and you don't even see it, or you don't see options. So I think coaching, a major part of coaching, I find, is reflecting what people are talking about. Just first of all, we're a vessel for people to talk and build trust and say whatever's on their mind. And then we can play it back to them and say, did you realize that you keep, if this is the situation that presents, you could say, do you realize you say that a lot? You say that, if I achieve this, or if I do this, or if this happens, then I'll be happy. Do you realize you say that a lot? Let's talk about that. Why is happiness connected to if I blank, 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 then I'll be happy? Why doesn't it come within you? Where is the happiness? When was the last time you felt happy or content?
Mm.
Some of the ways we can explore it. How about you?
Yeah, it's similar and different as we usually are. And it's about having that conversation where they can begin to hear themselves. So reflecting back what you've heard, and I like to, when I reflect back, I like to reflect with resonance, as far as see if I can catch the heart of what it is that they are valuing, of why they've set that up, to make inquiries like that and make them as a guess, because I don't know. And when I make guesses like that, it helps them to have more clarity, and I might be way off track. And that's okay. But now they know that it's not down that track. And so when I can reflect back, I'm wondering, are you just really focused on achieving this? Because then you'll actually have a sense that it could be tied into what we've talked about in the past. Are you good enough? And could it be that you will then have recognition? Sometimes people just want recognition. So what is it that they believe that when they get that, if they get that, then what does it mean to them? For them to actually recognize what it means to them. And many times they've got some kind of a bugaboo fear that's driving it, and they haven't recognized that. Or like you had said before, it's just something they do. And they haven't recognized, oh, they learned this pattern because that's the way dad showed up, or that's the way mom showed up, or that's the way my uncle, whoever it was that influenced them. And also to open a door, that is it possible that they might be able to take those actions and enjoy it? Does it need to be oppressive? So, because many times when they set up that condition, they're not allowing something else in the moment. But it's for them to discover what it is. I like to create a container that allows that exploration for them to discover it from within themselves. And like you say, reflecting back what you're hearing can really support them to begin to hear themselves.
Right, and it is self-discovery. As coaches, we're guides, we're
Mhm.
mentors. That's another way of talking about what we do, I think. And to help people discover for themselves, what's going on. I think this kind of inquiry often brings up what are the negative thoughts that are in our minds, the repeating things that are said that it could be from a father, a mother, an aunt, some significant person, an uncle, a brother, well, usually not a brother, but somebody that was important in our developmental years that would have things that they would say about us, and every parent, every guardian does that, just naturally you're teaching your kids. But it's those repeating comments and language that play in our minds that can be limiting, that can hold us back, or feel that it's not until we do something, then I'll get the recognition, then I'll be happy, then I'll be honored for who I am. When it all should start, as we've talked about a lot, from within. It's all within.
Yeah, as we grow and we develop and we begin to know ourselves and like ourselves, we can live a whole different life. Because I know when I was a lot younger, I thought, well, if I just move somewhere, then I'll be better. And or if I get a different job, and I played that game a lot, and then I kept having the same experience. I'm like, what is going on? Why do I keep having this experience? And when I got curious about it, then I was able to begin to talk about it with somebody. And so getting to have someone you can talk with, it's a great thing. It really can help us to get to recognize ourselves and like ourselves too, and enjoy what we're doing in the process.
Totally. It can really help. It really has. It's helped me along my path. Um, I really believe in coaching, for myself and for what I do with others. It just really, really can help.
Yeah. So for any of you that are listening and you resonate with this, reach out, Coach Pete, or reach out to me. We're here to support you every step of the way.